the hell trouble did you guys get up to last week?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
The mercenary fort burned down.
Oh, it's too bad. And there was no squid anywhere in sight.
No squid.
Too bad.
Oh, like I love that there's going to be absolutely zero context for the
No,
people
I've got
who
it.
watch us on YouTube.
I got it. Okay. So last week, the girl came. We captived?
Yeah.
Took captive
captive.
her overnight. Stole her clothes. And then walked her back to a death trap.
Where she disappeared.
Where she disappeared, and we have just
death
slid
hole,
down into
yeah.
that death trap where she is nowhere in sight. And when we say disappeared, she means literally disappeared.
Yep. Gone.
Because we looked for her, she's gone.
So
Because
Nodal,
we are responsible adults, yes.
so Nodal, you want to know what's really funny? Is that so? You were like, "Do you have a better idea?" And I was like, "No, I don't have a better idea." I laid down that night, and 5 minutes after I was about to fall asleep, my brain went, "You could have took her to a temple," and I went, "Son of a bitch!"
Small child.
I
Small
feel like
temple.
we're not welcome in some of those temples anymore. Come on.
They can't keep me out.
You're gonna go there one day. The temple's just gonna be empty. There's gonna be like a for sale sign out front. They will have moved.
I was barely sure if those priests barricaded the door and I go to that temple, their god will let me in.
I imagine that Garl Glitter Gold, like, at this point is just like, nope, not dealing with this guy anymore. I'm done. And just
The head priest
moves
is
the whole
just,
temple out.
the head priest has just slapped a picture of Seeker on there. It says do not serve or whatever.
Do not pray with this man.
He's got the flashing mark on his Blockbuster Video account.
Again, no context.
What do you need context for? It's fine.
Those are the best kinds of jokes. In jokes.
McDohl, you should do a YouTube series where you just read all of our fan fiction from back then.
Just dramatically.
Yeah.
As dramatically as possible.
See if Jello Apocalypse will do the voices.
I'll voice the squid guy.
Just Nodal in the background going glub 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 glub. I don't know.
The squid was tier 2.
We were so should we find that guy, like, formally apologize for our behavior? Like, should we see if he's on Facebook or something and be like,
Oh,
hey,
no, he's
guys.
That guy's dead.
Leukemia.
No, squid separation anxiety.
Like, his tentacles just withered and dropped off one by one. Okay. Yeah, you guys came down into this horrific dungeon last session.
Yeah, I remembered that.
The horror of this dungeon has not quite made itself apparent, as I recall, but I'm sure that's coming very soon.
This absurdly large sconce is pretty terrifying.
And it is currently lit, so there's light, at least in this,
I gotta rejoin all the fog of wars in here.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Okay.
I
No
do
biggie.
too, but I get all kinds of fun other errors.
I love fun things. Well, the fun errors are actually good. Like, if you get the fun errors, you don't get any problems. Which is backwards. Okay, so we got down in here. I think our immediate plan was I'm going to cast Locate Object, looking for the clothes that we gave her,
Okay.
and see if we can find where she is located.
I remember the dumb shit I was doing. Okay. Notes.
Somebody's gonna lose their mechanical keyboard privileges.
Ridiculous Florian plans.txt.
Okay, now it works.
Nice.
Casting with a spell slot or as a ritual?
Spell slot.
Can this even be done with a ritual? I don't see the ritual tag on it. All right.
Yeah, I'm definitely using a spell slot.
And you're looking specifically for that set of clothes,
Yes.
which was your pajamas.
Well, she wasn't wearing the pajamas anymore.
No,
We
he
changed-
got new. He bought her new
I bought her
clothes. So he
some
could keep his
clothes. Okay.
new pajamas.
You do not find an item of clothing within 1,000 feet of you, specific to the ones you gave her.
All right, and I'll tell that to everyone, saying that means that likely chance is she's either been completely removed from here, in which case we're screwed, or she has they've swapped her back into some kind of enchanted clothing. In which case we're probably not going to be able to find her until we find her anyway.
Okay.
Or she's just, you know, outside of the range of the spell. And this place is absurdly deep.
You guys were with her within less than 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, like, if this place is big enough that we're not going to be able to explore it, then we'll figure that out for ourselves.
Oh, no. Gus is not leaving until we either find the little girl or explore this entire place.
Okay, so what's next?
Well, there appears to be a stair leading down here from this room.
And then at the bottom of the stair, the hallway goes forward about 20 more feet and ends at a relatively sturdy-looking wooden door.
Let's,
Gus
I'm
strikes
going to
the port.
send Scrappy out to the door,
Okay.
and I'm going to have him open it.
Okay, roll initiative.
Woo.
Love initiative.
Can I see?
You'll love to see it.
Not rolling the d12 for initiative, I'll tell you that.
Why is that so high?
Okay, you guys, I took a feat for this. Oh wait, no, I did tie Destil. Destil, you're moving down because I took a feat for this.
So how we resolve ties now?
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds...
Through forceful fucking declaration.
I'm assuming it's the dibs system.
Yeah.
I took a feat, so I have dibs.
Yep. No, that adds
We
up.
gotta move you down
Any-
through forceful declaration.
No court in the U.S. would turn that down.
Yeah.
I licked it.
Okay. Lucius and Alex.
Hey,
Looking
hey.
into the room, you can see a pair of startled gentlemen sitting at the table opposite, or I'm sorry, on the other side of this now opened wooden door. There's more movement around the corner in the room where you can't see it down this hallway. Behind these men, you see barrels stacked up against the far wall. Very large kegs sitting on sturdy, I don't know what they're called, like wooden legs. With spigots sticking out of each one. And it looks like they're enjoying a meal, but you haven't caught them flat-footed. Immediately, these two men are getting to their feet, turning towards the door. They're armed with maces, big spikety balls on the end of sticks. Did you know what a mace is?
No, thank you for clarifying.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
That's a morning star if it's got spikes.
Oh!
Wow! I
You
think
hate to see it.
No.
I thought it was a morning star if there's chain attached to it.
Yeah.
That's a flail.
Oh, okay.
No, flail just has a single joint. Like it's got just pieces of...
Brickroad's like, I'm gonna kill all of these motherfuckers right now.
No, just
Well,
Treble.
this is why they had a big... This is why they had a big chart in the AD&D books for the pole
No,
arms.
no, he's
That is
definitely right,
true.
because I went to the most important resource, finalfantasy.wikia.com.
I probably deserve that.
You did, 100%. Seeker, you've won initiative.
Huh?
What would you like to do?
And I am going to move over here.
Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, 5, so I have a slightly better angle. And then... Yeah. I am going to make a web crossing the room.
A what?
A web? Hello?
A warb?
Web. Web.
You know
Web.
the thing Spider-Man does?
A wab?
Yeah. A web.
Okay.
And I am going to draw it like this.
It's a great square. You did a really
Thanks.
good job.
I used all of my skill.
There's even lines you can use to guide you, and you still missed it.
I'm sorry that my square displeases you. Here, cop.
I like the first square better. So you cast a spell, moving or staying put.
I'm good here.
Okay, that's going to bring us to Alexander.
I'll ready an action to shoot anyone that attacks my giant mechanical badger.
Okay, it's going to bring us to Florian.
Let's cast Bless on some bitches.
Okay.
Full naming. Gus and Alexander and who's left? Lucius.
Okay.
Okay.
Moving or staying put.
Right there.
Okay, so I need to make a dexterity saving throw against the web.
Yep.
DC is what?
DC is
I got a 19.
19 is gonna pass.
Okay. Nobody's able to see what's happening, but you can hear movement in the room as though somebody's scrambling up onto one of these large barrels.
Yeah. To be clear, even if they pass the save, it's still difficult terrain.
Yeah, but he's only moving one square, so I'm not.
Yeah. I'm just. That was the clarification, not a correction.
And then my red guy needs to make a dexterity saving throw. He has an 18.
That's still gonna pass. These guys are crushing it.
And he is going to... So the guy who steps into view here is actually wielding a scimitar. And he's wearing heavier armor. He's got studded leather. The guys behind him only have leather. And he steps into the doorway and sees this horrible mechanical badger.
Yeah.
So it's 10 feet to get out here.
Figure out notepad.
30 will get him to here. So the badger can make an attack of opportunity if he likes.
Yep.
Does the badger have sentinel?
That misses.
Misses. Okay. Seeker. The guy just leaps across the badger, taking a swipe, landing next to you.
I don't love it.
He's going to start carving up with his scimitar.
I really don't love it.
What do you love about it?
I mean, the carving, mostly.
I have a 12 to hit.
No.
I have a 19 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
For 5 points of slashing damage as he brings his scimitar down on you. Certainly seeing you as the bigger threat here. This badger didn't create a friggin' web in the room. It's going to bring us to Gus.
Quick question for you, Destil. What infusions do you have active?
Right now I am using... I wrote this down.
I'm just trying to, like...
I've got the jug and my gun.
Gotcha. Okay. So I'm going to just toss that to the side, pull out my hammer, and I'm going to hammer. I guess you would say it might be time for the hammer.
What are you doing with the hammer?
Is it some kind of like hammer opportunity?
You're bringing the hammer down. Got it.
I'm going. I have learned that I can, in fact, touch him. So 8 plus my proficiency bonus went up. Didn't
I understood that reference.
there was no ref. I don't know what you're talking about. That is a 15 to hit.
15 will do it.
Okay. That is 11 points of Oh, also, I guess I'm casting Booming Blade. So it's the same to hit, but it's let's see. So it's 11 points of bludgeoning damage, and then I need another D8 of. So that's 11 bludgeoning, 4 thunder.
4 thunder.
Yep. And if he moves, he takes an additional 2d8 if he moves.
And you're staying put there?
Yes.
It's going to bring us to Lucius.
Yeah, no, seems like he's a pretty good target for an Eldritch Blast, so I think I will do that. Menacing my friendos. I don't like that. That is a 21 to hit.
21 does hit.
For 6 force damage.
Okay. And moving or staying put?
I'm going to break Linus because I think Florian's got the right of it.
Okay, I get some dex saving
That's gonna
throws. I have an 18, a 10, and a 14 for these 3 guys. Is that 1 pass and 2 fails?
That is 1 pass and 2 fails.
Okay.
3 guys.
There. Come
Oh,
on.
hi.
Seeker. This thug is going to attack you with advantage with his mace. Twice.
Advantage.
Yep.
Would you say that his method of attack seems reckless?
Nope.
Would you say he's forming some sort of pack?
Yes.
Ah.
I have a 20 to hit. And
That's a pass.
an 8 to hit.
That's a fail.
That's going to be 8 points of bludgeoning damage from the mace. As they are focusing their fire on the spellcaster to start with, which is pretty smart if you're them. The other 2 guys are restrained hopelessly by the web. They're restrained now. They don't get to repeat that save. Is that correct?
They get to 1 second.
I accidentally typed weeb, not web. That's a different spell.
They can use their action to make a strength check.
Right.
Being no longer restrained.
They don't repeat this dex save. They're restrained
No,
now.
that's it. They're restrained.
They're restrained. And also, they were eating dinner, and their dinner is now like covered in friggin' web. So that's gross.
So how persistent is the web? Does it just like eventually go away, or does it just is their poor food just ruined forever?
I mean, a minute.
It's concentration. Have you been making?
Oh yeah, it's
checks?
concentration for an hour, and yes, I have been making saves. Don't worry.
Okay. And that's
It's concentration for an hour, not a minute. I was wrong.
That's gonna bring us back to Seeker.
All right, Seeker does not love the situation that he is finding himself in. So he is going to... Guys have taken a decent chunk of damage, though. No, I'm gonna be smart about this. I am going to Misty Step.
Okay.
30 feet up this ladder.
You could probably only see about the bottom 15 feet of the ladder. Do you have to be able to see the state? Because remember, it goes up this long.
I have to be able to see it, yeah.
Okay, then you can get about 15 feet of the ladder because it disappears into a circular hole in the ceiling.
That's fine. I'm going to make it about 15 feet up this ladder.
Yep.
And then I'm going to climb up it until I disappear into a hole in the ceiling.
Very good. And that's your... Okay, it's going to bring us back to Alexander.
All right, so move back. Alexander levels his gun at the guy that Gus did not booming blade.
Okay.
Takes a shot. Okay, so this will be fun. So that's 2d12 with exploding 12s. Plus some ungodly number, I believe it's 8. Let me double check that. Sorry, I've never fired this before.
Nope.
Plus 7.
He's looking up his manual that he keeps with his crossbow.
The gun user manual. Like, he pulled the trigger, now what?
So that's that's 12 piercing damage.
12?
Yep.
Okay. And moving or staying put?
That's the end of Alexander's turn. Scrappy is going to move to here and take the help action to give Alexander advantage on his next attack against that guy.
To give Alexander advantage?
Yep.
Okay. That's going to bring us to Florian.
Hello.
Hi. Welcome.
What do I feel like doing? I feel like using a magic missile.
Only one?
Only, well, 3. One spell charge.
The spell should really be called Magic Missiles.
I agree. But neither here nor there. Let's focus fire on the one that Alexander just shot.
Okay.
That should really be called Flicker.
I'm going to introduce an NPC called Flicker, then y'all are going to be mad at me.
Yeah?
No. No. Do it or you're a coward.
13 damage.
13 damage. And he is bloodied.
Cool.
Back behind the corner?
Yeah.
Okay.
Smart.
I need to look at some... Ooh, this might work. No, that's not going to work. I need to look up the web spell to see exactly how this guy can move through it. Oh, actually. Yeah, I'll try to match your color exactly, Nodal.
Okay.
But as per the spell, this 5 feet of it wouldn't actually be there because there's a candle on the table that got burned away.
Fair enough.
Doesn't help them at all, but the room had to have been lit.
Oh, now we need to make this 3 feet, because 5 feet above it, there's more web. 3D, I mean.
Gross. Does he chance the dex save? You know what? Why? You can see through the web, right? It's not opaque, correct?
It's lightly obscured, I believe.
Okay, so you can see through
Lightly
it.
obscured, yeah.
Oh, this is easier than I thought then. We're just going to scramble over the barrels here and burn the shit out of Gus.
You're going to burn the shit out of Gus.
All of your shit.
I don't have that much shit, so please don't burn it all.
It's getting burned, son. Sorry.
Okay.
I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
That's
You receive no benefit from cover for this saving throw.
that is a 16.
16.
You're blessed.
Oh, okay.
Ah, you blessed.
That is a 19.
And just out of the nick of time, you step backwards as my man back here casts a spell, and a pillar of radiant light bursts from the ground, right in the point where you were standing a moment ago. And it flickers up and around you, and just as quickly as it came, it dies away. And then his fat ass is going to scramble back out of sight.
His fat ass hears Gus yell, "Rude!"
What
Unfortunately...
happened? I can't see.
I guess we're going to have to start murdering Gus now.
You can try.
Someone show Gus his ass.
My favorite thing about Gus so far is I have this really high AC, and I think I've been crit the most.
Well, yeah, because they either miss you or they crit.
Yeah.
Ooh, this might be the worst set of 4 d20s I've ever rolled. A 5,
Okay.
a 5, an 8, and a 1. 2 attacks at advantage, both of them missed as he brings the scimitar down on Gus. But Gus is dancing in place. Like, I just got out of the way of a pillar of fire. You come out with a scimitar, bro? Do you even lift? That's going to bring us to Gus.
Okay. I'm going to.
They're working together. Kill the weak one.
The red one. Which one's bloodied? The red one or the green one?
The green one is bloodied. He's the one wielding a mace. The other one's wielding a scimitar.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to cast. I'm just gonna hit him with a hammer, regular hammer hit. So that's a 26 to hit.
Okay, is it hammer occasion again?
Yeah.
26 does hit.
Okay, and my second attack is a 25.
Also hits.
Okay, so that is 9 bludgeoning damage and 12 bludgeoning damage.
And you're attacking the green one?
Yeah.
And he crumples to the ground, dead.
And I'm going to save my action surge, I think.
Did Gus die?
Okay, so moving or staying put, Gus?
I'm staying put. You also hear, like, I hear Seeker speak, and then you hear Gus yell "rude" again.
And that brings us to Lucius.
Glad to hear you're alive, Gus.
Lucius steps over here and goes ahead and takes another Eldritch Blast shot at the strong boy right here.
Sure thing.
However, that's probably going to miss. It's only a 9 to hit.
9 does not hit.
You're blessed.
Okay then.
That's your,
You're blessed.
that's your
Don't
job.
know- I don't know if even if a... Yeah, it's only a 10.
I know it's always fun to compare all of McDohl's characters. But I can't help but wonder, like, Keelian wouldn't remind somebody they're blessed. He's like, fuck it, I told them, they didn't listen. Adrix would remind them constantly.
Teachers would remind them when they weren't blessed.
He would give them like a baseball hat. This is blessed to wear for the duration of the spell.
Hashtag
Lucius
blessed.
is definitely not a super dope homeboy from the Oaktown.
Gotcha. That's gonna
Steps back around the corner.
bring us to my green boys, each of which is going to use their action to try to break free of the web. I'm looking for a DC of what here?
You were looking for a DC of 16.
One breaks free, one does not. So 10, 20, he's able to get just out of the door, carving through this web with his mace. And the other one is still restrained, and that's going to bring us to Seeker.
Alright, Seeker is going to slide his way down 10 feet of the ladder
Sure.
and look over and see this guy right here.
Mm-hmm.
And he is going to make a quick sign in the air, and he's going to need to make me a wisdom saving throw.
You're not holding anything else in your hands, right? You're spell focus?
Just my spell focus.
Because you do need one hand to hold the ladder, otherwise I'm dropping your ass on the ground.
Absolutely.
You're targeting Mr. Red or Mr. Green?
Mr. Red.
Mr. Red. And I'm sorry, it was a Dex?
It was a wisdom save of 16.
Wisdom save. I got an 18.
And he is good to go. And I'm going to yell, alright, that's me, thanks. Thanks, guys. And crawl back up.
Be here all week. It's going to bring us to Alexander.
So, this gun Alex has been carrying, it was originally this piece of well-crafted, beautiful work. Alex has obviously completely taken a hacksaw to it. He snaps the middle of it into two somehow, loads a bullet, and just flips it back and takes a shot at this guy.
Okay.
This is at disadvantage with sharpshooter.
Okay.
So that'll hit 9.
Wait, disadvantage. It's -5 if you use sharpshooter.
Oh!
-5 to the roll, I think. Nodal can...
Yeah, you're right.
It is 100%
Okay.
Yeah, -5. So that'll be I'll just take the higher roll, which is still then like a 4.
4 does not hit.
Yeah.
He rolled it.
Scrappy is going to move to here, pulling up ranks with Gus, and give Gus advantage on his next attack against this one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And there is a new Scooby-Doo movie apparently that came out.
Yeah.
There's several. They come out every couple of months.
Right, but like a CG one just came out.
Yeah, I heard about that too.
That's gonna bring us to Florian. I mean, I'll probably watch it. Whatever.
They have a really bad one that's just Daphne and Velma too.
All right.
Sounds hot.
They're teenagers, Brick Road. That's pedophilia.
Blast this one with a magic missile.
Okay.
It worked so well last time.
Just one.
Well, 3 magic missiles, but
Okay.
just one spell.
Are they? Because they've been on television since the 70s.
They're 50-year-olds pretending to be teenagers.
11 damage.
11 damage. Very good. And
Yeah,
So it's not
Power
Grand Street
Rangers.
Fighter.
That's
then you're stepping back out of the way?
Yep.
Okay. It's going to bring us to my purple guy. Excuse me. Gus.
mm-hmm.
How you doing? I need you to make a saving throw. We're looking at a wisdom saving throw. DC is 11.
Oh, okay. Wisdom. That is 10.
10.
You're a blast.
I did roll the blessed. I rolled the
That's
blessing.
with the bless. All right.
I rolled the blessing.
All right.
I would have made it if it hadn't been a wisdom saving
Who is
throw.
blessed, McDohl?
The man in the back of the room here. This guy back here. Casts a spell at you. And he barks an order.
Oh, is this a charm effect? Because I get advantage on that.
It is not.
Okay.
And he tells you to fall. And you feel compelled to fall prone on the ground.
Okay. I am prone.
And then he's going to squirrel his way back out of line of sight from you magic missile abusers over there. It's going to bring us
Don't blame him,
to
honest.
my red guy. That's going to bring us to... yeah, you know what? I won't have the red guy hold an action. Gus,
Yep.
how we doing?
I'm fine.
Go ahead and take disadvantage on the first one as Scrappy to flex attack.
Okay. Gus, I have
Mm-hmm.
a 20 to hit
That hits.
and a 19 to hit.
That hits.
Okay.
Hate to see it.
It's going to be 6 points of slashing damage from the first scimitar hit
Okay.
and 6 points from the second scimitar hit. So after you fall to the ground, he leans down and starts hacking through your armor. That's going to bring us to your turn.
That's very rude. So Gus is going to stand up
Sure.
and he's going to and this guy doesn't look bloodied, right?
Nope.
Okay. Well, Gus is going to
Does Gus look bloodied?
No,
Okay.
he does not. I'm going to just hit this guy twice with my hammer.
Remember, you have an advantage on your first attack.
Oh, okay.
Scrappy boy, yeah.
Okay. So that is a 22 to hit.
22 does hit.
All right. That is a 7, 9 plus 4, 13 to hit.
13 does not hit.
Okay.
Your treble.
Yep.
Guess what?
What?
You're blessed.
I rolled it. Because I rolled
I
a
got-
2 plus 7 plus 4.
Attention to what you're telling me. All right.
Right. Yeah, I'm paying attention currently.
Now everyone's listening to me.
That's
I put a nice chit on everyone's token, and if they forget,
that is 6 bludgeoning damage,
I need one too.
and then I am going to action surge,
Okay.
and we're going to do the same thing again.
Start the ride again. He is bloodied at this point.
I made it for you, but I wasn't sure who was blessed.
All right, that is a 17 to hit.
17 does hit.
All right, and That's not going to hit. That's a 13 again.
13 does not hit.
All right, so that is...
You do know that you're blessed, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's 8 bludgeoning damage.
8 bludgeoning damage. Very good.
Oh, I love 8 bludgeoning damage.
And moving or staying put?
No, I'm fine.
Okay. It's going to bring us
That's
to
me, though.
Lucius.
Yep. I think I'm going to step out, and I'm going to attempt to take this guy down with extreme Eldritch and Infernal Force.
Wait, what?
I'm going to.
Isn't that just your
Eldritch Blast
standard amount of Eldritch and Infernal Force?
Is there a
Yeah.
reasonable amount of Eldritch Force?
I don't know, but does an 18 hit?
Yes, does hit.
Then I hope you don't mind me dealing 13 force damage to that boy.
It's not bad.
I think a D4 is a reasonable amount of force damage.
And then Lucius moves back out the way.
I can only do D10s. I don't have a choice in the matter. If the stop police says so.
Let's see if my guy breaks free here. He does not with that roll.
Nice. Love to see it.
Gus,
Yeah.
how you doing?
Do the green guys have have more than one attack?
Sure do.
Or is it... Okay.
Gus,
Mm-hmm.
I have a 18 to hit
That's not going to hit.
and a 10 to hit.
Nope, not going to hit.
As you deflect the mace of the second man that joins the party up here. The other one is still stuck back in the web. That's going to bring us back to Seeker.
Alright, Seeker is going to pop down. That green guy hasn't taken any damage yet, right?
No, he's fresh out the room. He's the one who carved through your web to get out here.
Yeah, I hate when that happens. I'm going to, not Gus. Red guy.
Yeah.
I'm going to need him to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Sure thing. 5.
Yeah, don't.
5 is not going to do it. And a dolorous tone rings out as he begins to sicken and die in front of you.
You're going to feel bad
You
if he
know what?
actually dies now.
I need to attach a constellation or celestial event to every single one of my spells. I just realized.
The great bear Ursa Minor comes out and poops on you. That's why
Yeah.
you're taking necrotic damage.
He's going to take 22 damage.
Yeah, that's enough for him.
Ouch.
And then I'm going to not even see it happen as I scurry my way back up this ladder.
Suddenly,
At level 5,
8 guys with crossbows appear at the top of the ladder. Alexander.
Let's go ahead and take a sharpshooter shot at this guy.
Okay. You have crazy Artificer crap that lets you have infinite bullets, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
That was the flavor text of doing the breech loader.
Gotcha.
That'll hit an armor class of 15.
15 will hit.
You said you have exploding D12s for damage.
Yeah. So that's 6 piercing damage.
How do I get in on that?
Oh no, it's not 6. It's 11 with the sharpshooter.
Okay.
No, it's 16. God, math. I haven't played this. I haven't gotten to fire my gun in like 3 sessions.
Is that
I
your
forgot
final
all the
answer?
rules for it. Yeah, my final answer is 16 piercing damage.
He is now bloodied.
Let's see if Scrappy can finish him off.
Let's see.
Scrappy hits an armor class of, I believe, 18. Where the heck is his attack? Come on, guys. There we go.
18 is good.
No, it's 15.
15 is good.
Okay. For 10 force damage.
Okay. And
That's the end of our turns.
Scrappy's staying put there. That's going to bring us back to Florian.
I'm gonna smash this guy with a ray of frost.
Sure.
So please make a ranged spell attack.
Mm-hmm.
You are as surprised as I am. Womp womp.
It's pretty good.
Thanks.
Not even worth narrating. That's going to bring us to my purple guy.
This is why I use magic missile all the time. Don't need to put up with that kind of.
Actually, no. At this point in the fight, he's got to brave the web. He doesn't have a choice. What DC do I need to not to?
You were looking for a 16.
I've got exactly a 16.
That's good. That's it. I think. Yeah, that's sick. That's
You
it.
win. You get a year's supply of potatoes.
And he has to use his action to do this. He's gonna have to do that again next round to get all
If
the
he
way.
stays in there.
To get all, he has to. The web is the whole fucking room.
That's a shame.
It's too bad.
Hate to see it.
Red guy is dead. That's gonna bring us to Gus.
Yep.
What's good?
I'm going to move right here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to hit green guy.
Okay. That's what I would do.
That is a 18 to hit.
Does it?
All right. Second hit is a critical hit.
Ooh, okay.
So that is, for the first hit, it's 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
And that's enough. You don't get the critical hit anybody.
Oh. Well, it would have done 17 points.
But
of
it
bludgeoning
didn't.
damage.
Didn't do
Right.
anything.
All right. 5, 10, 15. I'm now right here.
So when you enter this room, you see this one here, moving his way through the web, not using any weapons, just kind of deftly tearing the web apart as he moves. This one here is hopelessly tangled up. Also, to your left here, you can see another door.
Right. And I actually got 5 more feet of movement. So now I'm here.
Okay. It's going to bring us to Lucius.
Lucius looks really bummed out now that he has no targets with which to shoot. So 5, 10, 15, 30. Can I get a line of sight on... Looks like I'm clipping through the wall there, huh? If I try to line of sight that, huh?
You don't have to draw from that corner.
Yeah, you can draw from any of your corners.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
That'll work. Yeah. Then he will. Let's boop him with Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
He's lightly obscured, which I think is a -2 brick.
Oh,
Maybe
because
I'm
the
wrong.
web is lightly obscured. Yeah, it's -2 for lightly obscured, -5 for... No, disadvantage for heavy obscured.
Okay. So 12 plus 7 is 19 to hit after the obscure penalty.
Unless you have a way to negate cover, because that's where he gets the AC bonus from having...
I
partial cover
don't.
in obscured.
I don't have like sharpshooter or anything like that.
So, what'd you hit?
18 to hit after all the adjustments.
18 does hit?
Nice.
And my friend there needs to enjoy 15 force damage.
Not bad.
And then I've moved all of my movements, so I can't duck back against the wall, and that'll be fun.
It's probably fine.
It's probably fine.
Let's see if my man here can break free of the web.
Looking for a 16 strength check.
How about a 9?
Strength save. No.
It's not a save, it's a check, right?
I'm pretty sure it's a save, because he's saving against my spell, right?
No, he's using his action to try to break the web.
Oh, things are so hard. No, you're right. It is a strength check.
Yeah.
It's a dex saving throw for the guy starting his turn in the web. It's a strength check against
Yeah.
for the guy stuck in the web.
He's essentially
Alright.
trying to break a grapple
Yeah.
that the web has him in, more or less.
Makes perfect sense. In my head, though, it was like, it's a spell, right? It's got to be a save.
Typically, if you're taking an action, the thing you do will not incur a saving throw. It's always going to be a skill check or an attack roll. In any case, he got a 9, so he's still hopelessly entangled, and that's going to bring us back to Seeker.
All right, Seeker is way up here. He scurries down the ladder, sees that everyone is dead, and he is going to use his action to make his way down the rest of the ladder. And then, okay, I was feet up. I can make it here, exactly.
So just around the corner there?
Yep.
And that took a dash action?
That took a dash action.
It's going to bring us to Alexander.
So you said, so the web is lightly obscured, so sharpshooter ignores that?
Yes.
Alright, this guy's in the web?
Yep.
So I'd have advantage to attack him because he's restrained?
He is restrained.
Alright, let's do it.
This is one of those spells, like, I'm surprised I haven't
shot.
seen so much.
So this is going to be a...
Oh, web rules, dude.
26.
26 will hit. This is the spell that you graduate to when sleep starts losing effectiveness.
Mm-hmm.
And that's plus... I think it's plus 16.
Lucius,
Plus
his ears
15.
start ringing.
19 piercing damage.
19 piercing damage. And he
Between-
is bloodied, which means the surrounding web is also bloodied.
Between Alexander's gun and me just throwing booming blades off left and right, we're gonna have to start rolling con checks for.
Let's just move Scrappy to there and have him dodge.
Okay. And it's going to bring us to Florian.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm good.
That's it?
Yeah. I'm concentrating on the bless spell.
Ah, I see.
Yes, that is what I am doing.
Bless you.
Okay.
Hashtag best.
The purple guy is going to start casting a spell. None of you guys are high enough level to do shit about it, though.
Yeah, we're not third.
That's-
We're not third level yet. Yeah,
That's untrue, but I'm around this corner.
And he vanishes.
Boo!
That's going to bring us to
Boo.
Gus.
So he was here.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Vicky, ready, set, go.
I understood that reference.
Just going to move back here and ready in action to where if I feel somebody bump up on me, I'm going to hit them with my hammer.
Okay. Even if that somebody is Lucius?
Especially if it's Lucius.
Lucius, it's your turn. I would not bump up against Gus. He sounded pretty pissed.
I am going to respectfully not bump up against Gus, go to the edge of the web, and take a shot at the restrained boy.
With what?
Eldritch Blast.
Okay. So -2 to hit him.
Yep,
Oh, he's restrained, so you get advantage.
I do get advantage. I rolled a 2 on the bless, so that's kind of a wash. That is a 17 to hit.
17 does hit.
You're looking at 12 force damage.
And that's enough for him.
Don't mind if I take some temporary hit points, if you don't mind.
Whatever you got to do to feel like a big man.
Sorry.
And Lucius, moving or staying put?
Staying put.
Okay, what's next?
All right. I think when you say what's next, that means we're off initiative.
Sure.
All right. I'm going to head over to the room, and seeing that it seems to be cleared out, I'm going to remove the web.
Okay.
I mean, there's still a spellcaster around here.
Yeah, but he's not in there.
Anybody badly hurt?
I took no injury.
Although I guess I will make a. I will bring out my my bat, Mr. Casey, and have him sweep the room, making sure that the spellcaster's not just invisible.
How's he doing that?
He has blind sight.
His blind sight. Have him make a perception check. Add
right.
advantage.
All right. He's pretty good at these. That would be a 24.
24. There is an invisible spellcaster wedged back behind the barrel in this far corner.
I am going to nonchalantly step around the corner and then yell out towards, he's in the corner over there, invisible!
So now we're back on initiative. That was Seeker's action, so we'll come back on with Alexander, who is standing literally right next to this guy, apparently.
So invisibility is disadvantage?
You've got well, you have to tell me what square you're attacking.
Yeah. And then it's
And
disadvantage,
disadvantage
if I
on the
choose the
attack.
right square.
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah, let's go ahead and fire a shot blindly into that corner.
At point blank. So you got like 4 kinds of different
Yeah, I
disadvantage.
was coming over here to investigate these barrels. As soon as Seeker yells out, I just put my gun right up into the corner and pull the trigger.
Yep. So disadvantage because you're firing at something that's invisible.
That'll hit a armor class of 9.
9.
Aren't
does
you
not hit.
blessed? You're blessed.
Oh.
He is
I guess
blessed.
Plus wouldn't have run out yet because that
Only
was
been a
just
minute.
after the fight.
Yeah.
12.
12 does not hit. So you fire,
Okay.
and the bullet just ricochets around the corner for a moment. And you don't hit the man.
Moving? Do I get stabbed or anything?
It's a good question.
You guys said I should use Tony.
No.
No, we
No,
didn't.
I don't think anyone ever said that.
No, not at all. Not even a little bit.
I'm gonna assume
No,
I'm not
okay.
getting stabbed, but let me know if that's incorrect. And let's send... Who is going to take the search action?
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and...
That's a perception of... 10.
Does he have any kind of benefits on keen
No.
smell or anything like that?
Dark vision, but that's it.
Dark vision? Then no, he doesn't. He doesn't find the invisible man either.
Okay.
And that's going to bring us to Florian.
You know what stinks about Magic Missile is that I have to see them to use it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I guess we're just gonna send another Ray of Frost into that corner.
I wanted to hellish rebuke Alexander, but he didn't damage him, so send a ray of frost into that corner.
Yeah. That is an 18 to hit.
You rolled a disadvantage.
I did.
18 does hit.
Woo!
Like a Brickwood had to question that. Like, what? This
I'm
isn't
easy.
compute.
That's 6 damage. I am as equally surprised as you.
I'm sorry, 6 damage.
Yes.
Okay. I need to make a concentration saving throw. We're fine. And are you moving or staying put?
Staying put.
For a moment, the swirl of frost that you send in the corner, you can see it settle on an unnatural shape, just hanging in midair. But the frost quickly melts away. And that's going to bring us to my man. Nobody can make a attack of opportunity because nobody can see him.
No,
And
but
his-
KC can see him move if he moves.
Oh, he does move, and you're going to be able to see him in a second here anyway. Providing I didn't read this spell that kills you all wrong. Let me double check, because I would hate to kill you all with a spell and then find out later that I used it wrong.
This is the spell that kills you.
Yes.
That's what it says in the title.
Yeah.
Power word, TPK.
Okay. The man pops back into existence, drops his invisibility, with his hands on the door, casting a spell, discharging some kind of magic into the door.
His movement is reduced by 10 feet because he got hit by a ray of frost.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate to hear it.
Ooh.
It's rough.
Ooh.
5, 10. He's still got 20 feet. 5, 10, 15, 20. He had 30. He's fine.
Okay.
Fair enough. Love when it's resolved.
Yeah.
I'll allow it.
Thank you. That's generous.
We had to wait on McDohl's ruling there. And then he just kind of turns to face Alex with this horrible grin on his face. And you can see he's not carrying a weapon, but in his right palm, stitched into the flesh of his palm, kind of inexpertly, to the point where the flesh around it looks sickly and mortified, kind of a greenish purple color. In fact, Alex, you're probably close enough that you can smell it as well. But he has some kind of leather patch or something just stitched into his palm, where the skin of his palm would be. And the sigil on the center of it is unmistakable. It's that of the flying pig. And he looks very pleased with himself. And that's going to bring us to Gus.
For someone who's super dead.
5, 10. I'll just step right here. And I guess he looks super pleased. So does he still look pleased after I hit him with my hammer, which is a 21 to hit?
21 hits. Not only does he look pleased, he offers very little resistance as you bring your hammer down on him.
Okay, well that is 8 points of damage.
I need you to make a saving throw.
What kind?
That's a good question. Probably dexterity.
Hey, why don't you ask Lucian what saving throw you're...
Because it's not your turn, asshole. Yeah, dexterity saving throw.
Yeah.
That is a 9.
A 9.
Did you roll your blast?
I did not roll my blast, but I don't think... That's a 10.
Remember to eat your peas.
12 points of fire damage as he hellish rebukes you.
Nah, I'm going to absorb elements. Is that fire damage?
It's fire damage, yes.
I have resistance to fire damage, so I take 6, and I'm going to hit him again.
Do you have that just
With my
naturally?
hammer. No, I have a spell, absorb elements. It's a reaction.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And then that is a 25 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, and that is 6 bludgeoning damage and 6 fire damage.
That's enough. He's gone. What's next?
It's all well and good, but what the fuck did he just do to that door?
Probably locked it. I'm going to pull on the door.
And
Detect magic.
you pull on the door, and it's locked.
Yeah.
Florian will cast Detect Magic as a ritual on the door.
So spending
Yep.
10 minutes. What are you guys doing
Me.
during that 10 minutes?
Give me some space while you're doing that.
So you're casting Detect Magic. I'm going to cast Identify on the door.
Can you guys just give me enough space to get to the lock?
Yeah. Well, I need to be next to the door. Florian doesn't. So.
Okay. Let's go ahead and try and pick the lock. So that's Dex Thieves Tools.
Yeah, go ahead and make that roll.
Do you do this like immediately? Like after I start casting a spell?
Yeah.
Seeker
So
stops
you're
casting a
casting
spell
the
and moves
ritual,
around
right?
the corner.
You're
Yeah, but
casting
I'm not.
the ritual.
I'm not
Okay.
casting a spell on this door when you try to pick it after it's just had a spell cast on it. I'm not a lunatic.
Okay.
How'd you do on that roll?
Oh, and a cigarette, obviously. 'Cause how many-
I always picture Sam Jackson's character in Jurassic Park. He's like, hold on to your butts.
Yep. 19.
19. You fish around with your tools and you feel the mechanism of the lock. And you feel the tumblers inside. And you figure out which ones need to be lifted. And the door still doesn't open. Mechanically, there's nothing barring this door.
After he doesn't explode, I move back over and I start my Identify ritual.
So what's going on in here in this room for 10 minutes while you guys are casting dumb shit?
I want to investigate the room.
Okay. So, looks like a fairly well-inhabited watch room. You've got this table in the middle where they had just some kind of simple meal set out. It also looks like the men were dicing here. On the table itself, there's a dicing set, a couple of coins haphazardly strewn around, and at the far end of the room are these 4 large barrels that Scrappy is standing next to.
Gus is going to pick up a mug.
Kegs of booze of some kind?
You have no idea.
Let's find out.
I'll turn a tap and just let it drop out onto the floor.
No. Gus has got a mug. He's going to save the booze. That's a party foul.
So,
Lucius doesn't care.
so Lucius turns the spigot and Gus just dives to the ground with his bug out. And the southmost barrel that Lucius is standing in front of, indeed, some kind of flat smelling, so not very frothy ale, does fill up Gus's mug as he's spread on the floor with his arm outstretched. And not a drop of it hits the floor.
I'll let Gustavus' mug fill, then move on to the next one. Turn that one.
What is,
You monster.
your mug is filled now, though. What do you do?
I know.
You
I
can't.
know,
You
he's a
can't drink it
monster.
that fast. No, this one seems to be filled with fresh water.
That's just, I'll take run my finger underneath it, taste it, and say, yep, it's water.
And it's actually acid. Now your finger and tongue dissolve.
Yay!
So, speaking of acid, do you think the acid could get us through the door? We're carrying 50,000 gallons.
I actually wanted to investigate the mechanism of the door.
Okay, I mean, you kind of already done that with that thieves' tools check.
So like, where are the hinges? Are they on this side or the other side?
Whatever you want them to be for whatever you want to try to do.
Yeah, let's go ahead and just try and take the door off its hinges then.
Okay, and you get your tools out. And mechanically, there's nothing preventing you from disassembling the hinges, but the door still does not move. It doesn't come undone.
Gus, you want to smash it
Give me 10
open?
minutes here. Give me 10 minutes here.
Okay.
Scrappy, can you scooch while I check the rest of these barrels?
All right, I guess for the next 10 minutes, Gus is sitting on this bench and drinking his not very good ale.
Yeah, it's
I'm
flat. It's old.
I'm gonna sort through the belongings of the people that we killed.
Okay. Make a perception check. Lucius, what are you doing?
I'm checking these last two kegs
In which order?
on the north end of this room. Going in order.
Okay.
Oh,
Next one, you turn the spigot, and that one has water as well.
Okay, and then the northernmost one?
The northern one, you see the spigot on it's already turned. And you turn it back and forth a few times, and nothing comes out of it. And examining it, it looks like the spigot itself is solid. There's not actually a hole, like it's been stoppered up.
Lucius decides to pull on the spigot.
Pull it a little bit, and if you gave it enough force, you could probably pull it free from the barrel. Do you do that?
Yeah.
Okay. And so what you're expecting to do is pull this spigot out of this barrel and just like have it in your hand, like just be holding the tap. What actually happens is you pull it and you feel more resistance inside than you think you ought to feel. And you kind of put your foot against the base of it and give it a really good tug, and it comes out with a pop. And there is some kind of twine or like a thin cord connecting the inside of this spigot, the mechanism, the turning part of it, to something inside of the actual barrel. The barrel itself is empty.
Can I open the barrel then?
I mean, you can try to roll it off of its thing and try to crack it open, pry it open with a crowbar. What are you doing?
Anybody got a crowbar?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take that and I will try to wedge it in there.
So you leave the barrel on its stand while you're doing this?
Yeah.
Okay. So typically this would be a stupid idea because the barrel would just rock back and forth. You wouldn't get a lot of good leverage on it just sitting in this stand. But as you take the crowbar to it, you realize that it's actually physically attached to the stand. The barrel doesn't come loose. And you pry out the top of this barrel, and looking in, you see the cavity. You see why. In the far back corner of this barrel, where it would be sitting on the back left leg of this stand, you see a hole going down into the leg itself, like a pipe that drains away. And you see a broken mechanism that you've popped clean that would have affixed itself to the front of this spigot that is now inoperable. How did Alex do on that perception check?
19. 19.
I mean, they have their weapons and stuff. The thugs had maces. The big brawny guy had a scimitar. The spellcaster guy has his leather patch stitched into his hand. Concealed on the big brawny guy in one of his sleeves, you find a second dicing set.
Okay.
Hey Alex, I think I broke something over here, but it looks like there's this is a some kind of camouflaged finger in this barrel. Why don't you take a look at it? Maybe you can see what this mechanism's for.
Yep. Florian, you're working on magic, right? Here, and I'll put the dice on the table in front of him as he's in the middle of his ritual. And I'll come over and investigate the barrel.
Okay, make an investigation check.
Right. Alex lights a cigarette. Actually stands up on his tiptoes a little bit because remember he's 3 feet tall. And
you could drag the bench over; it's fine.
That'd be an investigation of 28.
Okay. It's not a particularly complicated device. It's just the spigot, instead of opening the tap in the front of the keg and letting the water out, opens up this hole in the back that covers up this pipe when you pull the spigot. And it looks like what has happened is the water has all drained down through the leg of this barrel, this stand, and then away wherever the pipes go.
And how, like, this is just a pipe, right? It's not like big enough for a human or anything like that.
Correct. You could climb in the barrel.
What does that accomplish?
Absolutely nothing. You just look like an idiot.
Be in a barrel. It's pretty good.
We have to escape from any elves. I'll keep that in mind.
Uh,
Does it look like water would flow into or out of this pipe?
Out of. You'd have to manually fill it up. Fill the barrel up.
Hey, bring one of the... Can you pick up one of the water bottles, one of the water barrels, and put it up above this one?
I mean, they're turned on their sides. You're not going to fill it from the side.
They're a little heavy.
They're exceptionally heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Florian, you're casting Detect Stuff.
Detect magic. Yeah.
The spellcaster's hand is radiating faint magic that's fading quickly. The door is under the effect of an abjuration spell. And let me make sure there's no other magic in the room. There's not. Just what you guys came in with. And then a minute later, Seeker, you're casting Identify on the door.
Yeah.
It's under the effects of an arcane lock.
And what is the command word?
Whatever you want it to be.
Alright.
Something silly and infernal, probably.
Alright, and I'll stand back up, brush my hands off, and say, I'm not sure what it means, but I know how to open up the door now. I'll go over to Lucius and kind of whisper it to him, because I don't want to necessarily open the door just yet.
Lucius, you immediately pee yourself. It's involuntary.
Oh no.
It's the Tiefling brown noise.
Ah! I'm really sad.
Guys, my little puppy is whining out there. I'm going to go comfort her for a moment. Let's take 10 minutes.
Yep.
Go ahead and get a fresh cup of coffee or something. I'm going to put Elizagirth on the screen. I'll be back in about 10 minutes.